I was about to say like, oh, back in the day when our bodies function normal, but we were talking about this last night, I think, where, for a long time in the 90s, people were like, yeah, it's the 90s. To like a response like everything. Like, it's the 90s. We can do it all. The 90s were so hopeful. It was such a time when like everything was great. It was optimism was high.
Innocence was there.
People were happy-go-lucky. They're like, hello, it's the 90s. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about. They said it in the 90s or now retrospectively?
No,
like
in the 90s.
Back?
Like in every movie, they're like, it's the 90s, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
No, I would need an example. But I mean, I get the gist of what you're saying.
Like nothing, like this is like pre 9/11. Like there was still war. There was still hunger. There was still like all these like problems that we've had for hundreds of years. But it wasn't like it is today. Basically, as I'm saying, like it's not the hellscape we're currently experiencing. It's like, it was such a good time.
Absolutely.
The 90s.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
with Katie Maloney
and Dayna Kathan.
Unapologetically.
We're here to do what we want to do.
Spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully. There was an innocence about it. It was before social media. It was it was before we were also chronically online and then chronically online in big different siloed areas where there's an echo chamber of the same that you're asking from your algorithm. So there's just a disconnect.
We all were living in the same reality, in the same.
There was decorum.
Timeline. Yeah.
There was lots of decorum back then.
Yeah. So yeah, like that statement, it's the 90s. No one's going to say, yeah, it's the 2020s. We're going to be like, ugh.
Remember right before COVID started when we were heading into what we thought was the roaring 20s? It's roaring in a different way, I would say. It's a different kind of roar than I anticipated.
That was silly of us to.
Damn, I felt so hopeful. I remember on New Year's Eve in 2019, I like posted this thing about like, and I was personally hopeful in my life. Like I had been fired from my job, but the season I was on was about to come out. So I was like, maybe this is a new chapter, whatever. Like, 2020 is going to be the best year of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we were super wrong.
Loud and wrong. Couldn't have been more wrong. But anyway, we have each other and we have the Coven, thank God.
Yeah, we have
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables. The double deckers back for a limited time. Mm-hmm. So, just clinging to the little things that are giving hope.
I saw someone talking shit about us online. They were like, do these two like anything? And it took every restraint in my body not to respond to it and say, mostly corn dogs in your dad's dick.
Oh, wait, I saw this funny thing that was like, would you rather? Would you rather be woken up in the middle of a deep, deep sleep and forced to eat 3 fresh, hot corn dogs? Or right when you wake up in the morning before you do anything else, you have to chug a 2-liter of Baja Blast?
Okay, this is not a normal would you rather because I like both of those options.
I know, but it's a tough choice. Some people are like both, obviously, which I'm kind of inclined to go that way.
I like a would you rather that's positive because people are always like, eat cow dung or cut your hand off. And I'm like, okay, I love this. I would say probably the Baja Blast.
At first I said that, but then I was like, wait, sometimes I do get hungry in the middle of the night.
I was thinking that too, but I don't know if I could do 3.
Also, have you ever had a hot corn dog? That thing that'll literally light you on fire.
Actually, it warms my soul. Like I get what you're saying, but when you bite it and you have to do that, the like mouth can, and then you also it's like drinking liquor. It warms your whole body. A bite of and it's like steaming off of it. So here's the thing: when I'm picturing corn dog, I'm picturing the emo night one that was the size of my forearm. So if it's like 3,
no regular size,
I could eat 3 regular size corn dogs. So maybe maybe
I know it just might take me a while. And then what if I'm awake?
Also, can I have sauce? I have to have ketchup.
I have to cool it. Yeah, I think you could. I think you could probably have some ketchup.
Damn, I haven't had a corn dog in like.
I'm sort of like, Dayna, it's corn dog time.
That sounds good to me.
I don't
also,
think
I don't
open
sleep,
my eyes.
I wouldn't. I think the most unrealistic thing about that whole scenario was me being in a deep sleep. I'm like, that's not fucking happening.
Well, it's all hypothetical. So hypothetically, you sleep deep, and then you're awoken.
And I mean, 3 corn dogs to the belly would put you right to bed.
It would.
Maybe I should start trying 3 corn dogs at night instead of like melatonin or Ambien.
And the way I literally will wake up and face chug a Celsius. So like, what's the difference?
Absolutely. I love a Baja Blast.
I do
I mean,
too.
but I'm a good girl. I get the Baja Blast Zero, but
I get the Baja Blast slushy.
Delicious.
You do know that the Baja Blast was scientifically designed to go with the Taco Bell flavors.
Yeah. I think we've talked about that before.
I thought that's my cool bit of trivia that I have.
I have a piece of trivia
What's that?
about Uncrustables.
What's that?
Okay, so I can't remember the exact figure, but the NFL buys a psychotic amount of Uncrustables, and the NFL players eat a psychotic amount of Uncrustables. They gave the reasons. It's like it has a, like protein or something, like with the peanut butter for energy and like the sugar and the carbs to like, because they're just working physically so much, and they're easy to grab, but then also nostalgia and joy. It helps them feel like happier.
Happy. It's endorphins.
I mean, I've never seen someone frown eating an Uncrustable.
No.
I know that's true. So
and the thing is, they can also be enjoyed in a variety of ways. You can have them frozen. You can room temp, put that shit in the air fryer.
Okay, I'm Googling it because I do want the figure. How many Uncrustables does the NFL eat? NFL teams consume at least 80,000 Uncrustables annually, which averages to about 36 to 4,300 per week across the league. That's a lot of Uncrustables.
They're keeping them in business.
Yeah, I thought it was us.
Smuckers they're in bed with Smuckers.
They are in bed with Smuckers. We're small potatoes. That's why they haven't reached out to us for a
That's like
sponsorship.
Costco sells more hot dogs annually than all of the MLB stadiums combined.
Really?
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Wow, damn, we're really coming in hot with food facts today.
I know.
Well, we have discussed before, I think, that one of the founders of the company told the other one, I will kill you if you raise the price.
Over my dead body.
Is that what he said? Something about death, but about raising the price because just like another food fact, do you know that they also lose money on their rotisserie chickens? But they're because I think they're $4.99, which is really reasonable for a rotisserie chicken.
That's fair.
And it's people come there for the rotisserie chicken, but stay for all the other that they make that profit loss on. Fascinating.
They know how to
stuff.
get people in the door. I will say that. A lot of people just go for the samples.
Damn. And also, if you went by inflation in terms of the cost of the dog, it would probably be like a $9 hot dog these days, right? So it's an incredible thing that they do.
Well, I think that's why they probably sell more than the baseball stadiums, because I don't know what the average cost for a dog at the stadium is.
A Dodger dog is, you have to take out a loan. I'm pretty sure. It's, I feel like a Dodger dog is unreasonable. Anything there. Let's look it up.
How much do a Dodger dog cost? More than a couple bucks.
How much is a Dodger dog? Okay, and honestly, I'm going to say this with my whole chest. Don't come for me. I think a Dodger dog is kind of gross. It's kind of a gross hot dog. I'll eat it still, but Costco's, by and large, is like the best hot dog that exists, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
A basic Dodger dog costs $7.99.
And it's not...
It's 12 cents to make.
And then do you know what I hate, though, about the hot dogs? When you have to dress it with the little packets.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I like a nice pumping thing.
When I went to a baseball game, I was pretty high, and I was making myself a hot dog, and I put way too much condiments on it, and the thing was so gross.
Wait, it was the pump kind or the packet kind?
It was a pump kind, and I went crazy with it. But I don't know. I was just like a little high, and I couldn't quite gauge it. I was like, oh no, I'm like, this looks delicious. It looked great, tasted terrible, because I put mayo, mustard, and ketchup on it.
Oh, I would never.
And the relish. And the thing was just slop it. It was just gooping.
If cream cheese was available to me, I would, like the creepy ones from my college town. But I think I talked about this at my great Costco experience of 25. When I went there, I hadn't been in so long. And there used to be the little onion cranker, like a Jack in the Box, basically. They give you onions in little cups now. And there was something so satisfying about chiseling your own onions onto it. And it was easy to disperse in an appropriate way. And then you don't want to ask for multiple onion cups because it looks weird, but I like it really oniony. So yeah, I don't know, dark times.
And it's just hard to get like the pump of the mustard and ketchup. Like there's no easy way to dress it with that. Anyway, I digress.
Sorry about the whatever that just was. Should we start the episode?
Let's start the episode.
After our little food facts, do a little hometown heroes.
I'm hungry now. Oh, I would kill for a Dodger dog.
I would kill for a Costco situation.
I would kill for both. Either one. Just put it in my mouth.
Also, you got to go with someone because you got to get a pizza slice too. Or I guess you bring it home with you if it's just you. But fuck, Costco's pizza.
It's really
fucks
good.
So
chicken
hard.
Bakes. And then did you get the berry swirl soft serve?
No, I didn't go because I had too much anxiety. So I do need to circle back, and I will.
Yeah.
Miranda says, "Hi, Katie and Dana. Vanderpump fan since the beginning. I'm a ghost and witchy lover, but my sixth sense is almost non-existent, which could be a blessing, but I do have FOMO when I hear about the experiences others have. So because of my lack of ghosty plane, the few experiences I have had feel like I am reliving every moment. Perhaps my overly vivid dreams is where my power lies, although most are anxiety-filled dreams to nightmares. Same. I can feel, smell, and taste my dreams. Anywho, backstory. My grandma passed when I was 17 when I was a junior. I inherited her 1982 Honda Prelude 5-speed manual transmission. This is important. I got the car the summer before my senior year, and after school started driving my best friend, and I picked up our freshman and went for a joyride. We lived in a tiny town in northern Nevada among a major interstate. We hopped on the freeway to head to the reservoir, hoping to find a party. We couldn't find the spot, so we headed back to town. It was super dark out, and I remember feeling like something was just eerie that night. It was close to midnight, and I was sleepy. I decided I wanted to get off the freeway and wanted to take back roads home, so I took an exit. This is about a quarter-mile long and straight. An exit I've taken numerous times. Next thing I know, we're sitting in a ditch. Turns out I took the exit before, which is a hairpin of an exit with a sharp curve that you need to take at 20 miles per hour, not 75. I checked on my friends and we're all okay. Now the important part of it being manual transmission. My car is still on, but my feet are not on the brake or clutch. My hairs stood up instantly. I say to my freshman, "Hey, how is my car still on and the car's not in gear?" Confused, he shook the gear shift, confirming it's still in 5th gear. I then pull my feet up so he can see that I'm not fucking on them. All of our eyes got huge, and I was like, my grandma's here. I put the car in reverse. Somehow we were able to get out of there, and I hightailed it the fuck home. I'm convinced that my grandma saved us that day, and I've been back to examine how we didn't get destroyed in that tiny car coming off the exit, and it's still a mystery. I've never felt my grandma since that night in 99, and it still makes me sad that she isn't here with me to take care of. I've had a couple of UFO sightings and a couple other ghost stories for another time. Love your pod, Miranda. P.S. I lived in Utah for a couple years. Oh no, Tool isn't the only fucked up.
Tooele.
Fuck. Tooele isn't the only fucked up pronunciation.
I think it's
Mantua is the word.
Montua. I don't know.
What the fuck, Manaway? Oh, is that Manaway? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Okay, for anyone who's never driven a manual transmission, I had a stick for 7 years. The second you dump the clutch, the car stalls. So that is insane. When you're first learning how to do it, when you're taking your foot off the gas and engaging the clutch to shift, so many times you make the car die, and it's also bad for your transmission. You can injure your car by doing it wrong. That is absolutely insane to be in, and also 5th gear, the highest one, and to not have your feet on it. I was like, holy shit, that is not normal. You could not have the car could not be on in 5th gear without your foot on the clutch.
Well, maybe when they landed in the fucking ditch, they got something underneath was holding it, you know?
It's inside the car. How could that happen?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about the shit. I'm just saying underneath, maybe like where like the.
I think it was Granny. Just saying.
For sure. But.
It was Granny. Your turn. What's happening in that dome when you're trying to go to? Are you just restful? Is head hitting the pillow? Going to bed?
Of course not. I'm having conversations that I wish I would have had. I'm, ruminating. I'm thinking the worst. I'm also thinking about what I'm going to do the next day. I mean, everything. It's busy up there.
It is busy up there. That's why we have to use like tools to get to sleep. I'm not talking about like the clock app. I'm talking about like bedding.
Bed chemistry.
Bed chemistry. Boll & Branch's bed bundles are perfect for creating a sanctuary of comfort. It's an effortless upgrade. You'll get everything you need with ease of a click. Plus, there's bundle options for every kind of refresh, from new sheets, blankets, to complete transformations.
And bundles for every kind of sleeper with curated bedding for your coolest, coziest, and softest night's sleep. Boll & Branch bundles are made with the highest quality, 100% organic cotton and durable designs and customizable colors, and come with a 30-night worry-free guarantee.
These best-selling sheets feel buttery, breathable, and get softer with every wash. Discover the difference with Boll & Branch.
You guys have got to try these sheets. They've completely changed my life. The quality is incredible, and I'm sleeping snug as bug every single night.
There are designs and colors for every bedroom style and mattress size, and the perfect foundation for Boll & Branch's airy bed blankets, cloud-like duvets, and so much more.
Plus, with their 30-night guarantee, you can try Boll & Branch sheets for an entire month with no catch. You can wash, style, and feel the difference for yourself risk-free. If you don't get your best night's sleep, you can send them back for a full refund.
Boll & Branch makes upgrading your bed easier than ever with curated bundles for a sanctuary of comfort. For a limited time, get 20% off bed bundles plus free shipping and returns at bollandbranch.com/disrespectfully. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/disrespectfully to save up to 20% off and unlock free shipping. Exclusions apply.
Jessica says, hi, my name is Jessica, and I've been a huge fan of VPR for years and a Disrespectfully listener for a year now. I heard an episode where someone was talking about Burning Man, and I thought maybe you'd like to hear about the gathering of the Juggalos. Yes,
I wonder if you've ever gone back and heard our gathering of the Juggalos, because obviously we've been doing this for almost 2 years.
Well, she'd been there.
I know. But of course we want to hear about it.
Yeah. I used to play in several bands and have been a part of many different music scenes, but over the last 5 years, I've become a juggalette, if you will. I have gone to the gathering the last 3 years and have so many stories I could tell. I'm sure you've heard some things. Many are probably true, such as poop dollars and people boofing lots of things.
Wait, I just learned what a poop dollar is.
What's a poop dollar?
Because I randomly just saw a video about this. A poop dollar is when someone takes $1 or $5, whatever, wipes their ass with it and folds it in a way that when you pick it up, you're touching the poop. So they're like, if you ever see cat, and they wait around their poop dollar to laugh at you when you find it. So like, if you're ever at the gathering, do not pick up money you find on the ground.
Menaces.
Yeah.
Boofing things. Okay. That all definitely happens, as well as the phrase, show me your butthole, followed by buttholes of all genders on display. Aside from all the silly things that juggalos find themselves doing, the freedom and inclusivity of being a juggalo is what makes it home to me. I'm not very comfortable in my body after having 2 kids, and being around juggalos makes me feel comfortable enough to dress however I want to and be whoever I want to be. Some of my friends don't really get it and think it's a bit, but being cringe is sometimes healing if you ask me. My favorite side quest was watching my sister and best friend wrestle topless in a cream corn filled kiddie pool. There's wrestling, carnival rides, body painting, sideshows, burlesque, fishing, dance parties, and tons of afters. I can't say it's for everyone. Most days you go home soaked in Faygo, but for some of us out here, it's special. It's home. Anyway, I thought maybe you would think it's fun that a juggalo is a fan of the pod. You reach all ends of the spectrum. Love y'all. Whoop whoop. I'm honored to have a juggalette, a fan of this pod. Listen, Insane Clown Posse is it cringe? Perhaps, but like, I don't care. I was watching, or scrolling, and you know that one guy who interviews people with the Metro card and they give their hot takes on things?
Yeah.
He had on Austin Butler, and Austin Butler said, there's a quote that someone said to him about like embracing the embarrassment, that like everything on the other side of that is everything that you want, to feel free, like lean into it. And I think that's a problem with so many people these days, especially with the younger generation. We talked about it, not to call you out again, but they fear cringe. And we didn't feel that way because we grew up in a time where not everything was public consumption. We could have nights out with friends, and yeah, maybe someone brought their digital camera and that ended up on Facebook, but like it didn't scare anyone away from just like enjoying life and the things that make you feel happy.
You weren't potentially being perceived by millions of people.
Exactly. But I still think that's a beautiful sentiment. And if more people did it, it could catch on and we'd be less concerned with like being cringe and being embarrassing.
Totally. Also, yeah, what I meant earlier is we had a whole thing about talking about like we were ever going to go to the gathering. I don't think that's for us, but it's fascinating to me. And let's call it out again. Any juggalettes out there, we want to hear more about it. I think so interesting.
This is such a great positive review of it, because I could see myself going to the gathering before I go to Burning Man.
100%.
And that's no offense to all those people, obviously, but I just think that's more my vibe.
I love that you also, this person has had such a positive experience, especially around like body positivity and feeling home. That's amazing. Then keep doing it. And I think that it's an incredible thing where you find your place with other people that are little freaks too, and you guys also have a good time.
Yeah,
let that freak flag fly.
The champagne shower of the juggalos is the Faygo shower, and I'm obsessed with that.
Have you ever had it? Have we talked about that?
Have I had Faygo? Yeah,
I've never had it.
Oh, some like very like delis or places that have like more like uncommon to the area type of drinks and stuff, that you'll find Faygo.
Okay, yeah, this was a delight. Thank you for writing that in.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Katie and Dana. Seriously, such a big fan and wanted to write the story in for a while, but held back. Your convo about the ultimate daddy, Tony Soprano, not too long ago made me change my mind and decided to finally pull the trigger. Yes, that was a Sopranos innuendo. For a few years, on and off, I was fooling around with my neighbor. It was never anything serious, but we were the person for each other to text when the other was drunk and looking for some attention. We all know that one person we have. The only way I was able to describe him to my friends was like he was the Guatemalan Tony Soprano. He's tall, big, has money, an asshole, and incredibly charming at the same time. Last holiday season, we had fallen into our old patterns of texting while having a couple drinks and ultimately met up. He was always really paranoid about meeting up around our houses because he thought our neighbors would talk. I called him paranoid and reassured him no one gave a fuck if we were caught fooling around. We do the thing and go our separate ways. The next day he texts me sober. He lets me know that he had gotten an alert on his Ring camera while I was at his house the night before, and it was one of our neighbors walking back and forth slowly in front of his house, chain smoking cigarettes. Again, didn't think anything of it. People walk while they smoke, right? He then lets me know that there's audio. The neighbor was not just smoking. He was listening to us have sex, which was also caught on the Ring camera. He heard us calling each other's names, some insane dirty talk, as well as going at it like animals. Hate to admit it, his paranoia was warranted. Although every so often I will still get a random drunk text, I haven't been back to his house or to meet up with him since. XO Ring camera Carmela.
Incredible.
Not the audio. Oh no.
Also,
what a perv.
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
The people that are always like in other people's shit, like my neighbor recently, it's just like, mind your business.
And lurking, like, why are you lurking? Go.
Again, if you walk by just by chance and you like hear something, just keep walking. Just a pace around in front just to like get the full show. You're weird. You're weird for that.
Yeah, that's a weird voyeur.
Also, good for you with the Guatemalan Tony Soprano.
Yeah. We love that for her.
No, just can't stop thinking about it.
Hit him up.
That heavy breathing he does.
I posted a photo of him. It's one of my favorite photos of him. He's like kind of making that Tony face and like his hands on his
eyes
wristwatch.
when you can just yeah.
Okay, keep it together.
Anyway, now I'm sweating. Okay. Keep it together. Lauren says, "Hi ladies, love you both obviously. This is my second time writing in, but after hearing Katie's Warped Tour gum and hair story, I knew I had to share mine. This is good. So way back in the day when I first started dating my now husband, we've been together almost 17 years. He had an ex-girlfriend who was actually crazy. And not, he said she was crazy, so I believed him crazy, like truly certifiable. She would call and text me at all hours, follow me to clubs, call me names. Basically, I had my own personal stalker. One night, my girlfriends and I went out for a girls' night, and guess who we ran into? Yep, crazy girl. She was with her boyfriend at the time, and for some reason, this guy came over and gave me a hug. Totally weird, but then I felt the back of my head. Big, slimy wad of gum. Immediately grossed out because not only did this crypt keeper looking man put his nasty gum in my hair, but now I have to deal with it. And when I looked over, sure enough, crazy girl and crypt keeper were high-fiving and laughing about it like the Dollarama version of Bonnie and Clyde. That is so amazing. So I marched right up to the bar, asked for a pair of scissors, which they weirdly just handed over, no questions asked, grabbed the chunk of my hair with the gum, snipped it right out. Then, with those two idiots still staring at me, walked over, dropped the clump of hair and gum into his hand and said, "Oops, looks like you dropped something." The look on their faces was priceless. It's been many years, but I still laugh every time I hear a story about someone getting gum in their hair. People who do that are straight up freaks. For reference, I had very long, thick hair, so definitely added to the shock value. Hope you get a chuckle from this too. Toodaloo. She should have dropped it in their drink.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're having. Like, oops.
Or shoved it in their mouth.
But that's amazing. What losers?
What losers? And also, is the boyfriend not concerned with the fact that his current girlfriend is obsessed with his ex's new girlfriend? Like that, the whole thing is weird. I mean,
people do that, though.
That is such insane behavior.
Listen, some people be crazy.
But good for you for doing that and not just slinking off. Allie says, "Hi, you beautiful humans. You're both always daddy in my book, as is this podcast. I can't count the number of times I've related to each of you, especially when it comes to the 90s and the early aughts nostalgia. But this message is specifically for Dayna, trigger warning, re-suicide. In the most recent Heauxmetown Heroes episode, you shared that you were a self-harmer for over 15 years. Your vulnerability reminded me of how important it is to share stories about overcoming difficult times and facing adversity, especially in a time when the world seems so bleak. When I was 13, I started self-harming to deal with some pretty intense childhood trauma. I was suicidal and ended up being hospitalized several times in my teens. I remember thinking that I would never amount to anything or even make it past 18. I fought these struggles for nearly a decade, finally finding the right medication, therapist, and coping mechanisms to help me. Fast forward to now, I'm 35 years old, working my dream job in baseball, a career I never in my wildest dreams imagined I could ever have. And I'm proud to say that I haven't self-harmed in over 10 years. I wish I could tell little me that it's going to be okay and that I'm going to be okay. But I know those experiences have shaped me into the incredible woman I am today. Thank you so much for sharing your story and showing us all that it really does get better and that the best years are ahead of us. And the reminder that we should always be kind because we never know what someone else is going through. Love you both. Disrespectfully, Allie. I know that made me choke up. Thank you for sharing because, I mean, that was, I felt the same way. I think that that is more common thing than people actually know. And the shame around it is what keeps so many people in bad habits. And I'm also 35, so we're really in the same place. And I'm so happy for you that you came out on the other side, you took control and got the help that you needed. And just kudos to you and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. Because like we said, I think that's an important aspect of this unfortunate thing that so many people experience is not the shame to be open and vocal about it. Because you never, also like as being nice to someone because you never know what they're going through, but sharing that because it might help somebody.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah, we love you, Allie.
All right. Kim says, hi, Katie and Dana. 2 things, a compliment and a ghost story. Compliment. Thank you for standing on business about hating the current hellscape. Listen to a lot of podcasts, and if the hosts don't at least acknowledge their stances, their silence feels loud. Are we living on the same planet? No opinions? Your brain that smooth? Yeah, you two do a great job of making your stances known while keeping your Gavin pod fun. When our government makes decisions that hurt people, call it out and say it with your whole chest, bitch. Thank you. Okay, ghost story. In my early 20s, I lived with my cousin who fell deeply in love and got engaged quickly, all within a few months. Tragically, her fiancé died suddenly and violently. For the next few months, understandably, my cousin was mourning, wailing in her room, writing in her journal, isolating. A few months in, my aunt reached out to ask how she was doing as we were both worried. I regret this now, but one day when my cousin was at work, I went into her room, crouched on the floor to look at her journal. I was skimming it just to make sure there wasn't anything troubling I should tell my aunt about. While I was crouching, I felt the most distinct scratch on my back. It felt like one single finger, medium slowly, dragging up from my tailbone all the way to the nape of my neck. I was frozen. I immediately felt her dead fiance's presence. Without hesitation, I closed the journal, put it back, and shut the door. I'm not a believer in ghosts, but in that moment, it felt like a fact. It was him, telling me to mind my beeswax. Thank you for all you guys do. Disrespectfully, Kim. A lesson in minding your business.
What a lesson. That gave me chills.
Listen, the intention was good, but I'm 100% on your page of that was him being like, oop.
Knock it off.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Wow. And it doesn't sound like he hurt her either. It was like a hard scratch. It was just like, excuse me.
Yep.
Well.
And then to creep someone out that never wants to do that again.
Yeah. I don't think she's a journal reader these days.
She's snooping these days. Snooping days are over.
I love to snoop sometimes. Not necessarily reading someone's journal. I just like to open a medicine cabinet and see what's going on in there. Strangers' houses. That's one of my great joys in my life. I don't touch things. I just like to get a landscape.
Just want a whole medicine cabinet full of preparation H and yeast infection stuff.
Yeah. Let's just be honest. But meanwhile, they open my cabinets and Well, thanks so much for writing in, you guys. A friendly reminder, disrespectfullypod@gmail.com. Send us your hometown heroes. Ask
Ghost
us your WWDDs.
Yeah. With spooky season, so creepy, crawly shit.
Yeah.
I think we'd really appreciate.
Or corn dogs.
Or, yeah.
Uncrustable stories we don't know. Should we WWDD?
Let's do it.
Also, friendly reminder for any new listeners, it's called What Would Disrespectfully Do? That's what WWDD means. Caitlin says, hello, lovely ladies. Hi from New Zealand. Just want to start off by saying I love the pod and I know everyone says it, but listening to you ladies every week truly does feel like a good old gab with your besties. Keep up the amazing work. Backstory, I have just broken up with my boyfriend of 1.8 years. I know it doesn't sound like a long time, but as a fellow Capricorn lady, it's rare for me to find someone that I truly connect with and can stand being with for longer than a few months. I found out today that he is on Tinder for the last few months messaging with other women trying to meet up, most recent being just a few days ago. That was crushing news to me as I thought we were in a great place in discussing our futures and things we wanted to accomplish together. My dilemma is I don't know what to do next. I'm torn between staying in the city where my friends and work are or moving to a much smaller town at the other end of the country where majority of my family live. Parents, 2 brothers, 1 sister, and soon to be 5 nephews and nieces. However, work may be an issue here. I work in aviation security and there's only one option in both cities. I'm the youngest in my family and feel extremely lonely living in a city by myself and with my entire family having their own families with beautiful little babies. I feel as though I'm the odd and don't belong in either place. I feel like I need to be with my family for a bit, but I don't want to leave my friends and work. Help. I need your words of wisdoms before I truly... Wisdoms? Well, I guess there's two of us here. I need your words of wisdom before I truly lose it. Sorry for the long read. Hope it made some kind of sense. My eyes are sore from crying all day.
Oh.
Okay, love you, bye. Disrespectfully, Caitlin.
Oh, Caitlin.
First of all, that was very brief. I love people who are always like, I'm sorry this is so long. I was like, that was a perfectly
I know, it's always the
story.
ones that the other people, like they're giving full scripts of
it's a screenplay.
Conversation. Yeah.
Correct. So, Caitlin, first of all, obviously, I'm so sorry. And please don't diminish that. That's almost a 2-year relationship. That's an incredibly long time to be spending with someone, particularly for you to find out they're not who you thought they were. That kind of betrayal is emotional warfare. And I'm just so sorry you've gone through that and that you've gotten out of it. You're a Capricorn. I'm a Leo. Look, it takes me a lot to vibe with someone. So like you're seen there. Here's my advice, and I'm not sure if Katie would have a different take. I know you're feeling lonely in the city right now, but you're also having a hard time. So it's hard to enjoy anywhere that you're going to be. If it were me, I'm thinking if you go home, yeah, it'll be great to be with your family, but you might feel even more isolated because they're in such different parts of their life, and it might bring a different kind of loneliness. So I would say you can always go home. Always. Mm-hmm. So why not try and stick it out, pick a number, whatever arbitrary thing like 6 months to a year. And if conditions don't improve, then you know you tried. I'd say that's one option. Maybe try another big city is another option. I moved to San Diego alone, not knowing a single person in California, fucking hated it, but I could not imagine going back to Seattle. And then I chose LA and it's my forever home. So I'm just saying, I think that you should give yourself some time and use this time while you're healing to find out what you enjoy doing there more. How can you put yourself out there to meet other people, not even for a dating perspective, but to make more friends, to let your friends know, like, I'm having a hard time, but I really want to change my position. So what are you guys doing with your time? Like, put yourself out there. But I understand you're having a hard time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And you can crave comfort. You can crave what you know. And so I understand like the idea of like, or entertaining the idea of moving back home. But like Dayna said, might not be the type of warm, comfortable, welcoming. Oh no, that wouldn't be. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, I know you are, because they're loving and it's a safe space, but it might feel like every single one of my friends back home is married with children. They are in such a different place in my life, and every time I go home, I'm reminded of that. Not in a bad way, because I enjoy visiting them in short stints, but I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine living here personally.
I know as a Capricorn, sometimes we're not the most outgoing types because we like our like creature comforts and things like that. But actually what I was going to say is like, perhaps if you're craving something new or a different city, like try an all new city together. There's nothing wrong with that. I think right now, take this time to like, maybe spend a little time with family, but also maybe travel too. Where's a place you've always been curious about and wanted to go? And I mean, it could be Paris or it could be, I don't know, somewhere in the US. I don't know where you are right now. So,
New Zealand, or maybe I don't know, somewhere else in New Zealand. I'm assuming, is that what NZ means?
Yeah. Okay. So you're in New Zealand. Jealous. But I understand. Like, yes. So maybe just try another city, another country, and I don't know. And also maybe see if like any of your friends are like craving a change too. Maybe you could go on an adventure with somebody, and maybe you don't have to be alone. But I just think right now you have an opportunity to do something big for yourself. And again, there's nothing wrong with going home. You can always do that. So I would say maybe consider, I don't know, putting yourself in an entirely new place.
Yeah.
I get it, but just give yourself time. You don't have to make that decision right now.
Yeah. And also write in 6 months to a year when you're living your absolute best life.
Hell yeah.
Let us know what happens.
Hey, you, stop stressing about groceries.
Yeah, we're talking to you in the Coven listening. It's unnecessary stress that you don't need right now. Use Hungry Root.
You're in the car, or you're sitting on your couch, or on a peaceful walk or something. Why are you stressing about groceries? Just use Hungry Root.
Imagine having your weekly cart filled up for you with personalized picks, then shipped right to your door, taking all the work off your plate. Incred.
Hungry Root takes the stress out of grocery shopping by filling your cart with personalized selections that get smarter with every order. From smoothies and kid snacks to sweets and salad kits, supplements, and more, there's something for every taste and nutrition goal.
Whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, high-protein focused on your gut health, or whatever else, Hungry Root helps you eat well. After a quick quiz, their smart cart technology recommends groceries and supplements tailored to your needs like having a personal shopper that learns what works for you.
Hungry helps you save by reducing food waste and avoiding impulse grocery buys. Their best price program offers great value on over 100 popular products. And with our offer, you'll get a free item like a premium protein, veggie, or sweet treat in every box for life.
Hungry Root holds all its food to high standards, screening over 200 additives like high fructose corn syrup, preservatives, and artificial sweeteners. They source top quality meat and seafood with no hormones or antibiotics, offer organic and non-GMO options, and stock trusted brands like Oatly, Vital Farms, Harmless Harvest, and so many more.
I recently ordered the lemon pepper chicken and cilantro lime rice, and it was delicious.
Ooh, yum yum in my tum-tum. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/disrespectfully and use code disrespectfully.
That's hungryroot.com/disrespectfully, code disrespectfully, to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/disrespectfully, code disrespectfully. Okay, trigger warning, suicide. Anonymous says, hello ladies, love you guys so much. I watch the podcast on YouTube every single week and was a huge VPR fan like everyone else. This is Anonymous, I just really need advice. I feel so lost. Me and my fiance have been together for a very long time and I'm happy in our relationship for the most part. I work Monday to Friday and I'm about to start my bachelor's degree. My fiance is currently working 2 jobs. Ever since we started dating, he's gone through phases of depression and I deal with my own mental health issues, so I totally get it. He seems to be very revolved around not enjoying where he is in life regarding his work/career situation and feeling like life is always shitting on him. I'm not exactly where I would like to be in life either, but I know that we are still in our 20s, almost 24 and almost 25, and I try my best to remember we will get there eventually. Every once in a while, it'll get to the point where he mentions offing himself and gets mopey, and I just feel lost. He still goes into work, he just seems so unhappy and I don't know what to do anymore. I suggest things all the time and he never takes up the suggestions and it really hurts seeing the person you love in that state. What would you guys do? I know this isn't the most groundbreaking story, but I just feel helpless. I don't know if I've ever truly seen him happy at a job. On the days he has off or before he goes in to a later shift, he always sleeps a bunch and I just don't know what to do / if that's related to depression. Love you ladies so much. Thanks for listening. I think it's very much due to depression. Like it's numbing and it's debilitating and it's awful to go through. But I think you being supportive and listening and not judgmental or forcing things on him is kind of the best route to go. I wish if there's a way you could really encourage him to go see a professionalist. I think that's sort of like the best thing that he could do at this point, because yeah, when somebody is that deep in it, they don't have the answers. They can't even see the options. It's just doom and gloom, and it is an awful place to be in, but they also have to want to seek out that type of help. So I don't know. I mean, what would you say to encourage someone to do that rather than just trying to point out the benefits of it?
I would say that you should have realistic expectations in terms of you can lead a horse to water. So I very much think he needs professional help. And if that's available to you guys, then all you can do is come from a non-threatening place and just let him know how much you love him, how much you want to start your guys' life together on the right foot and guide him in that way. However, I also want to make a disclaimer that you do not have to stay with him or spend the rest of your life with him if it doesn't work for you. Like it's not a cruel thing. I understand that you're going to be maybe hesitant or hard on yourself that he's in such a vulnerable place. So I would say exhaust your options if it is a relationship you want to save. But then if you feel like you have, at some point, it's okay to pick yourself. It's a really difficult thing to stay with someone who's threatening suicide or won't seem to help themselves. And I also say this as a perspective of, I know how hard it is when you are in that cycle and a depressive episode to get out of it. And it's hard to help yourself and you don't always make great choices. So I would say those things could coexist. Do what you can to help guide him to get the help that he clearly needs. And if you cannot or don't want that to be your whole life, you don't have to stay with this person, as hard as that is.
And you guys are very young.
You're so young.
I don't know if it's helpful to reiterate to him that like, we don't have to have it figured out. This is our time to make mistakes, to explore, to, you don't get that opportunity again that you do, in your 20s. You just don't. So I think embracing the fact that like, you're young and it's going to figure itself out. It always does. Just remain hopeful.
Sorry that
I'm so sorry
he's dealing with that and that you're dealing with that. Anonymous says, Dear Disrespectfully, keep this virgin anonymous, please and thank you. I call this cry for help the 7-year itch. First off, Dayna and Katie, I love you so much. Howdy. I'm a married 34-year-old new mama bear. This time of life is something I look forward to for so long, but I can't help but feel guilty for the way I'm feeling. For a somewhat brief synopsis, I have been with my husband now for about 14 years. Don't gasp, we have only been married for 4 of those years. I, in fact, was not a child bride, LOL. Not that there is anything wrong with that. Actually, there is, but I don't want to yuck other people's yum. Do you, boo? Okay, backstory. So we moved in together around year 7, which happened to be an extremely hard year for me personally. I had a friend of mine pass away, which sent me into a depression spiral and caused me to reflect very deeply about my life, my patterns in how I was showing up and why. Through a bunch of therapy, I ended up going no contact with my mom and dad. During this chaotic little time in my life, I expressed to my boyfriend at the time that I wanted more intimacy in and outside the bedroom. Up until then, I didn't realize that I had been playing the cool girl with no needs in a relationship due to my childhood and realized I wanted more from our relationship. To give you the inside scoop about him, he hates to talk about feelings, and if I bring anything up communication-wise, he takes it as an attack. He's an avoidant, Dayna. I know you're thinking it, and yes, I read the book. LOL, I'm the hybrid breed attachment style. That's on disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it wasn't a night and day transformation, but over time, I started to realize the more time we spent working on our non-sexual intimacy, he pulled away sexually. Our sex life slowly faded from once a week to once a month, and now we're in the year I am pregnant, we had sex twice. I have brought it up to him. He's gone to therapy, says he's working on it, says he's still attracted to me, but nothing has improved. He's gotten his levels checked and everything came back fine. He always still wants to masturbate. Like, am I totally wrong to be offended by that? By no means do I demand all his semen is mine to claim, but at the same time, we're not having sex and you choose your hand over me. I don't know what to do anymore. It's destroying my self-esteem and my belief in love. I know we've been together a long time and these things happen, but I'm the type of romantic where I don't lose those feelings and those things are so important to me. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I'm so aware of how we show up, especially since I have a new baby girl. I want to show her that the way she should be loved one day. The most confusing part is that we do make a good team. We laugh, we have fun, we hold hands. We want the same things in life, except sex, I guess. But I can't shake the feeling that we are hiding this big secret from everyone, including ourselves. Sometimes I want to shake myself and say, hello, he's just not that into you, move on. But his words and promises always pull me back in. I'm also going through a lot of health issues. I had a traumatic birth where I was hospitalized for over a week, and now I've been diagnosed with a benign brain tumor that I need to be removed because it's affecting my hormones and vision. It's a lot. What would you ladies do? Should I put myself in the basement at this point? Sincerely, I'm too young to be in a sexless marriage. Mama is horny. This is fucking with my mojo. Help. Okay, first of all, that is a lot. So please take a big breath and recognize that you are a superstar for dealing with all of this, particularly with these health issues. And we wish you a quick and speedy recovery. I think that just really quickly hitting on the masturbation, I understand that it can feel that way, but people don't always masturbate for sexual reasons. Like it's just like
it's
tension relief, it's maintenance, whatever. So try not to get too in the weeds or in your head about that. I do think that this is a major thing though. And you're entitled to be feeling this way, and to be feeling sexually rejected by a partner can be grating to our self-image and our self-worth over time. Even if it isn't in reality, it feels that way. So I understand that. And also, the sexual part of a relationship is a huge thing. Now, if both people in the partnership don't value sex a lot and they're not having a lot of sex, that's totally fine. But if one person does and one person doesn't, it just is going to lead to all kinds of problems. I'm glad that you guys have had such open dialogue about it, but it doesn't seem to be changing. So I would say, before you can assume anything about how, he sees you or whatever, I would maybe sound the alarm and say, I love you. 90% of our relationship is great, but this is really important to me and I do need it to change. And I know you've been getting help and trying to work on it, but I need you to have like a serious moment of reflection and see if you're able to get there, because I don't want to spend the rest of my life with someone who I cannot have sex with. And I don't say it to threaten you, and I'm not trying to attack you. I'm saying this because I want our marriage to work.
Yeah, I don't think it should be a reflection on you, your worth, physical, nothing like that. I think sometimes too, like, because intimacy is more than sex, obviously, so that's great. But I think there's also intimacy in friendships. I think sometimes relationships fall into that like we're friends, and you lean into your friendship and you're being a team and everything like that. Not to say you can't get back to that place, but people have to want to. And for him, it could be just a very like mental thing that he might not be able to like figure out exactly what it is. But yeah, encouraging him to maybe talk to somebody and see if he's got some major blockers that are preventing him from wanting to be physical. I don't know. I mean, it is a problem, and it's not a problem that can't be fixed or addressed and rectified. But yeah, both people have to want to, because when there's that imbalance of needs in a relationship, it's a spiral. It's a domino effect. So hopefully you guys can get back to that place. I know it's a lot, especially with the health
and a young baby. And if you can't, then it's also okay to choose you.
Mm-hmm. Always. Okay. Anonymous says, "Hi, ladies. Would you all be willing to link some of the toys you've discussed on the show / do an episode about toys, perhaps with an intimacy expert? As a girly who was immersed in purity culture most of my teenage and young adult years, the topic of toys and intimacy is still a work in progress in my brain. Perhaps if I found the right toy to try, I could write in Heauxmetown. You both talk so openly about your experience, and I would appreciate it so much. Much love, signed Anonymous."
I need to look something up because this is so timely. So say what you were.
I think we absolutely should. I think it is about finding the right thing for you, but that also involves like being experimental. There's no one size fits all. I mean, I love all our friends are like, no, you got to try this and you got to try that. And I've definitely like sampled all the variety, and then you find one that you really enjoy.
So I'm going to look this up because I'm going to give this toy a shout out. We're going to put this on the daddy list. There is a brand. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Also, we need to do this is a call for this brand to, hell yeah, this is it. Okay. So I don't normally like rabbit vibrators or G-spot vibrators because they don't ever I don't think that they like connect properly to my clitor while they're also inside me. And I recently used this. The brand is Bellessa.
Bellessa, we love.
Please, Bellessa, be one of our sponsors. Where are you? But it's called the G-Stroking Rabbit Clitoral Stimulation G-Spot Stimulation something. You'll know it because the rabbit looks like a manta ray. That's how I would describe it. And I think that's so brilliant because the other ones are like too narrow and they don't hit the spot. You guys, I almost fainted. It was an orgasm to end all orgasms. And the part that goes inside of you not only like articulates, moves in and out, but it has the beads that spin. Oh. It's like a fucking symphony, like orchestra person.
Jesus.
And let me tell you, I cannot sing its praises enough. I was pretty skeptical when I first saw it. And let me tell you, it was a joyride. So
Bellessa has really good options, and they have so many different options for like any type of pleasure that you're seeking. So check them out.
Perhaps we should do a more
Bellessa is they're women founded,
female owned.
So
I think.
We love that.
Yeah, that manta ray thing. Fuck. Anywho, so if you're looking for something to spice things up, I'd say get that and then write in about it because I honestly do want to spread that to the masses. Every woman should have one. Anonymous says, "Hello, Dana and Katie. Let me get right to it. My husband loves ass. So what's the problem, right?"
My ass.
Okay.
I think that may be a good one to point. He just loves ass.
My husband loves my ass. So what's the problem, right? My husband and I have been together for 20 years. We're in our mid-40s, have 2 amazing kids, and share an amazing life together built on over 35 years of friendship. Yes, 35 legit childhood sweethearts. He has always been an ass man. Always. I've known since the beginning, and we've done all the butt stuff, but I just can't get comfortable, ever. I've prepped, showered, used lube, prayed to God to help me relax, and I just can't. He loses his mind when I let him play with or lick my ass, and I love being worshipped, but it's so mortifying for me. 1 finger max, and I'm legit about to die of embarrassment and lose any desire to get freaky. The only times I've let it go is when I was hella drunk on red wine, but the next day I feel like shit because I'm hungover and scared to death to take a shit because my asshole hurts.
Oh my Lord.
That is so real. The fear of poop the morning after butt stuff is legitimately the realest shit I've double entendre ever heard. My God. Please help a girl out. What would disrespectfully do? I love my husband more than anything and want him to be happy, but fear I'll never be scared shitless to let go and enjoy the ass play. Help.
Shitless, like,
okay, love you, bye.
Poppers.
Okay. I know. I was going to be like, hey, we're not going to recommend that, but So here's the thing. If you've done all this stuff, I'm sure some of this then you've already done. And so I hope this is not redundant, but butt plugs can be a really nice, because they range in so many sizes, a nice way of incorporating the asshole into sex if you're using, vaginal penetration, and it can be fun for him to place and then enjoy. Like they have different ones that have like little diamonds on them. They look cute and whatever. So perhaps try a small butt plug. I actually am not a fan of a finger. It creeps me out because of the fingernail. I don't care how short it is or who's doing it or how small the finger is. I don't like that personally, so I get it. I also don't like my ass eaten. I have IBS, so I personally can't get comfortable with that. So I get it, but I think that butt plugs can be a nice solution. Also, in terms of relaxation, it is such a mind thing, and I cannot emphasize enough, you have to go slow and be so properly lubricated. Like a really nice silicone-based lube that's thick, that's more expensive, it's worth it. It's like getting a nose job or a tattoo. You want to go to someone who knows what they're doing and use the best of the best. So taking it slow, literally telling yourself in your brain to relax. And if anything feels uncomfortable, then you pause, whatever you're doing. It doesn't mean take out the progress you've made, because sometimes that can make it more difficult. But I would say, this makes it sound like all I do is anal. I swear I don't. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, I've had experience and it can be an amazing time, but you just have to do it right.
It's like that exercise where they're like, where you like lay down and they're like, now relax the top of your head, down your shoulders, your fingertips, like literally do that. Like
body scan.
You have to, honestly.
And then also there are anal training kits where they have dilators basically of different type of things you can put up there. So if you also haven't tried those, it might be fun for him and useful for you. So maybe try a dilating kit.
Yeah, I think just like having a conversation about it, saying like, what do you enjoy? What do I enjoy? And then meet in the middle. Because if there's something that you're like, you know what, this is good. Like, so I think it's fine to have like your threshold and your boundaries when it comes to sex. It shouldn't just be like everything that he loves, so you're just doing it all for him. I understand you want to make him happy. I get it. I get wanting to please your partner, but you still need to enjoy it. So if there is any butt stuff that you particularly enjoy or you prefer over the other stuff, maybe suggest you just stick to that.
Also, I want to emphasize, I'm not saying do anything you don't want to do. 100%. I'm saying if you do, it seems like you're trying to explore it still. But yeah, if it comes out to it and you're not down with it, then you're not down with it. But, also something that can help. Have you ever tried using a vibrator at the same time that this is happening? It can kind of distract from the discomfort and be a really pleasurable experience for you. So perhaps doing things that are more stimulating for you at the same time to kind of offset that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't think...
But also have a combo, for
there
sure.
Doesn't need to be any embarrassment, but I get it.
Also, if he loves it so much and he wants to eat your... He doesn't care. I think that's a mental thing.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if he's super into it, I'm not saying you should just don't be so embarrassed. But, like, honestly, like, lean into that a little bit. I don't know. Lean into the freaky bits of it.
Yeah, that's a hang up in your... I mean, just like why I don't want my ass eaten.
Damn, these two things back to back. Who would have thought?
Say what?
These two questions back to back. Talking a lot about getting real personal.
Well, you know what? Words are spells, so we should have a whole sex toy episode.
We should.
Break down the thruster of it all. Anywho,
well, hope that helps. Anonymous says, hi, ladies. I think it's our last one. Yeah. Hi, ladies. Day one listener and love you both so much. This podcast always makes my day brighter, and I think you both are just so badass. I wrote in a long time ago about leaving my hometown for graduate school, which has been a forever dream of mine, but that also meant the possibility of doing long distance with my boyfriend, and you gave me great advice. Well, I wrote that in probably 14 months ago, and I'm moving 10 hours away for a PhD program in exactly 1 week. I'm honestly so excited for this move, like I really need it. My depression got really bad the past year to the point of suicidal ideations, and I just want a change of pace and to leave my toxic hometown. But here's the thing. I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years, living together for 3. We're both 24. And unfortunately, he can't move with me due to family obligations. For some background, his family has a lot of baggage. It would take me hours to go through it all, so I won't. But here's my issue. I'm not close with my family at all. Not like they're bad people and we don't talk. I spent holidays with them and stuff, and I didn't have a terrible childhood, but they're just not my people. Over the last 6 years, my boyfriend has been my family. In my opinion, after being together for 6 years and living together for 3, it just feels as though I should be first priority. I would move to fucking South Dakota for this dude. No offense if you live there. I'm Southern California, so like that would be just an insane adjustment for me. LOL, but I'd do it for him 100%. I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
And it just hurts to know he won't do the same for me. And I know he has family obligations, so I feel like I sound like I'm a selfish asshole for even thinking this. But if you knew the whole story, which also has a lot to do with his bipolar alcoholic mother that used to call me a piece of ass, you would maybe agree with me. Well, now that the move is coming up, and after a few couples therapy sessions, which I had to force him to go to, I'm starting to realize that I need someone that will put me first. Also, fuck long distance. We did that when we first started dating in undergrad, and he also cheated on me then. LOL. Writing this in, I feel stupid, but I'm getting to the point where I've been having thoughts of breaking up with him. Deep down, I feel like I know what I should do, but it's easier said than done. He's my best friend and my person, but if he can't put me over his family after 6 years, I can't imagine how it would be if we eventually got married and had kids like we've discussed in the past. Also, my graduate program is 5 years long. I'm sorry this is so long. I just need someone to tell me straight what to do. I know you ladies are right for the job. Basically, am I the asshole for wanting him to put me over his family? Love you both so much. Once again, thanks for making my days brighter. Here's it straight. Break the fuck up with that guy.
Break up.
Yesterday. Should have done a long time ago, but it's okay. You're young. This is a huge learning thing. I know it feels like, oh my God, this has been my family. This is what I know. Sunk cost fallacy will fuck you in the ass. Do not go down that road. This man will never put you first. He'll put everything and everyone before he puts you first. Trust me, I know, I've been there. And that is a huge consideration. And if you want that, and if you're putting someone else first in your life and you want the same, then go get that. Put that out there in the universe and it'll come to you. But like, this person ain't fucking it. Of course you should want them to put you first above anyone else. That's the point of this. You cannot be in a lifelong partnership with somebody who doesn't put you first. So yeah, that's the straight up answer, is like, break up with him. It's a great opportunity because you're leaving and you get to like heal and put distance between you and this person. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to make you stronger? 100% yes.
Yeah, that he's got to go. I would say, I think that you just have so much more ahead of you, and he's telling you the quiet part really loudly, you know? And I think when two people get married and start a life together, your family will always be your family. You're not telling him, fuck your family, you can never talk to them again. But when someone is being clear before you have, quote unquote, started your life together, getting married, I wish more people would listen to the things that their partner is saying. And you, especially like you're saying, I don't think children will change this. I don't think marriage will change this. I don't think geography will change this. So if you've decided for you, that doesn't work for me, please choose yourself.
Please do. Because again, I'll tell you from experience, after meeting someone when I was about your age, it doesn't change. I thought dragging them through life's, checking
the boxes
would make them become more committed, more into. Nope, sure didn't. So yeah, I wish I would have listened to them when they told me that's who they were. Mm-hmm. Hope that helps. That's it.
Well, just another kooky, fun, anal speaking Friday.
We went from hot dogs to anal training kits.
Yeah, we did.
That's the range here on Disrespectfully.
It is.
I love it.
I love it too. Well, and we love you guys so much.
We do. Be safe out there.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women, like, disrespectfully.